Laker bench?
Well, the whole Clipper team is really good. They might be the best in the league. You could argue with it, but they're great, and then obviously their bench is a big part of it. And they've played. They got probably a starting five sitting on their bench. So
When hear the media, you hear some fans compare this team to the Showtime teams. Your thoughts on that?
well, I understand why they do it, and they're playing well enough. And anytime Chris Paul is running, it is a showtime because he does a terrific job, and they have some guys who can really run the floor, and there's a lot of athletes. So, yeah, I can see that. I can see why they talk about that.
You mentioned Chris Paul. How do you slow down a Chris Paul?
Well, that's tough. You make him a finisher instead of a distributor, and you don't want him to do both, which he can. But he's, a coach that had I was lucky enough to be there with the U.S. Olympic team, and he was unbelievable in the final game, gold medal game. So the guy, if you look in the dictionary and you look under winning, he's got his picture right there. And he did it in New Orleans and every place else.
Coach, if it's true what Kobe says, that the Lakers are slow and old, how do you compensate for the speed and youthfulness of the Clippers?
First of all, and I love Kobe to death, but I don't think we're slow and old. We're a little slower and a little older, but we're not slow and old. And we won't go there, but we've got to get back. And the biggest thing that the Clippers live on is in transition, and they get there by making you turn it over. We got to take care of the ball. The first thing, we've been doing a better job. We've been getting back better. Probably the first two steps, and they'll break out some. That's what they do. But we can slow them down by not turning it over.
It also seems like every time the Lakers take a step forward, you take two steps backwards.
Yeah, maybe two steps forward, one back, I hope. But you're right. And something we got to guard against. We have complacency, and every time there's adversity, we kind of step up to the challenge. Like when they fired Mike Brown, when I came in, Steve came back. Every time there's something new, it's like, oh yeah, this is great, and we play well for 2 or 3 games. Then we go back to the rut that got them in the spot in the first place. So talk about it and guard against it. Obviously, we're in another bad point, so I expect us to come out strong, and somehow we got to sustain it.
Have the Clippers arrived by your estimation?
It's all right. You what?
Have they arrived as a team? I mean, how did they get to this point?
Clippers?
Yeah.
Well, they got great talent around Chris Paul, who puts it all together.
How well do you know Del Negro? You worked together with him
real
the Suns. Did you have a relationship there?
Yeah. No, he's good. He's doing a great job. Assistant coaches are great. But again, everybody gets a little bit smarter when you have that guy out there that runs the show.
Did you remember coaching against him in Italy at all?
Who?
Del Negro.
As a player? Yeah, I'm sure I do. I'm getting old. I'm sure we killed him.
Was he?
So,
was he? What was?
I think they won a championship one time. Yeah, they had 2 coaches on the team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Were you a better basketball player in Italy than Del Negro was?
Well, no, I don't want to say I was voted all-time best. I don't want to say that.
Mike Griffin will draw some extra attention at times in the block, but can you make them shoot jump shots if you get back in transition better?
That's what we're going to have to try to do. We got to, as a team, we just got to get better at getting back and closing up the paint. Just too many, against Philadelphia, they spread us out a little bit and they got some shots, but we didn't pound them inside and we didn't make shots. But as a whole, our defense got to get better. But a lot of that's enthusiasm and just just concentrating and just being up with mental energy.
With their personnel, though, can you keep them out as opposed to some other teams where they're trying to draw doubles in the block?
Well, we're going to try to, but a lot of people, they're good. Chris Paul's really good at a lot of things. We're going to have to play well to beat him without a doubt, both ends of the floor.
Mike, the Clippers game is the first of 5 against Western Conference teams with better records than you guys. How much are you circling just this part of the schedule?
Well, I don't know if I'll circle. I think it'll tell us a lot where we are, and we don't like our position in the standings, but are we a better team or worse team than what our even with our record? So I think after this week we'll get a better understanding of, this is getting a little scary and we got to get up there, or we're coming along. So yeah, this is a big week for us.
And what do you do if you're worse than you expect?
Well, I just keep working, keep going as hard as you can. I mean, that's all you can do. You just keep putting your head down and try to get as good as you can.
Mike, this is an older team, and there's been numerous injuries. How important is Gary Vitti to this team?
Gary who? No, Gary, well, not only Gary, the whole staff is unbelievable. If I'm in there every day working with them, they're real important because I got to rehab. But no, they do a terrific job. And the highest compliment came from Steve Nash that said, they're as good as anybody he's ever had. And I know he had a great group in Phoenix. So when I came out here, that's the first thing he told me. They're terrific. So, and they've demonstrated that, I think, year after year.
Hey, Mike, there's been some good reserves this season with Meta and Jordan and Jody, but as a unit, it still ranks fairly low in the league. Can you point your finger on the reason why that is?
Not really. I mean, just trying to get them organized, trying to get them all on the same page. But you're right, they have given us good games. I didn't know they rated that low, but I have confidence in them, and I think we'll get it better. I think when Steve Blake comes back and he can solidify some stuff out there, that'll help.
How's Chris Duhon? Is he available?
I don't know. A game time decision, I think.
Was Blake able to do some stuff today?
Just shooting stuff and just maybe stretched and everything, but no contact, obviously.